Hey groupies, welcome back to Form Therapy. This is the Culture Study. I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out Oh My God by I-DLE. I-DLE, one of my favorite girl groups, one of the most talented girl groups on the scene right now, and I'm super excited to check this out. I have been looking forward to this. Their comeback got delayed by a month, unfortunately, because of COVID-19. We are unfortunately quarantined in our apartment because of COVID-19, so you're not going to be seeing our usual setup with the nice lighting and the aesthetic and our set. So apologies in advance. We are unfortunately under house arrest, but hopefully we have not long before we can finally return to normal life. Now, we have content like this coming out that will keep us entertained and sustained during our times of need. So I am super, super excited to check this out. Now, before we get into this video is brought to you by our Patreon. If you guys enjoy this video, if you guys want to support us monetarily, patreon.com/formatherapy is the best way to do so. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to reactions like this. And for a little more, you get access to additional content like live stages, variety shows. Speaking of variety shows, we checked out I-DLE's. First of all, we have a lot of extra I-DLE content on Patreon, live stages, variety content. We just recently reacted to the Guinness Challenge, and we checked out all of I-DLE's secret folder, which is available on our Patreon as well. So if you want to see bonus content like that, head on over to our Patreon. If you don't want to support us monetarily, though, or you can't, we understand. Let's just get into this video. This is Oh My God by I-DLE, and this is your form of therapy. Whew, I am excited. Let's do this. Oh, right into it. Okay. Very interesting sound to the keys. Given the pace of this song, there's going to be a big payoff. Oh my. Is this the first close-up Shua has had this entire music video?
눈부신 하늘에 시선을 가린 채 내 품 안에 안기네 흐르는 음악에 정신을 뺏긴 채 그대로 빨려드네.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, this is Changmin's Chocolate. That's what I'm going to check out next, so look out for that. But oh, this sort of went the route of Senorita, where there was no big finish. There was no big flourish. This is, oh my god, is very similar to Senorita. Not in the genre or the sound, but in its impact, where it leaves you wanting more. This feels more like an interlude to the album rather than something that is a song that stands on its own. It does stand on its own, don't get me wrong, but this song just leaves me wanting more. I'm not disappointed. I'm just like, hey, let me end this reaction right now so I can go listen to the I Trust album. By the way, people who are asking for it's either the I Made or the I Am album. One of them, we don't have it available at all. Like, the video was corrupted, so there's no reaction for that. The I Made, the other one, whichever one that we do have, that's on our Patreon, but it's available for free because it got blocked on YouTube. But yeah, let's watch this again. This is shock value at its finest. The first reaction is always shock value. Second time, we're gonna just run through this. I mean, words that immediately come to mind are hauntingly beautiful. This is one of the most aesthetically pleasing, gorgeous music videos. I mean, possibly I-DLE's best music video to date. Although Lion is up there. But this is definitely one of their best. And Minnie's opening, Minnie has one of the most unique voices in K-pop. And it's why Soyeon likes using it a lot. She talked about it on Queendom. And just having her have like this slow paced intro and outro gives this song more of like this cinematic, dark, sort of like it's a story kind of an atmosphere to it. One thing I like about I-DLE as well, possibly because Soyeon writes her songs, but Soyeon, even as the lead rapper, main rapper extraordinaire, she sings a lot. I like that a lot. Not a lot of rappers branch out of their rapping, and most K-pop rappers can all sing, because most K-pop companies actually, if you even want to be recruited, they make you meet a certain standard. You have to be able to dance to a certain standard, and you have to be able to sing to a certain standard. So a lot of rappers can actually sing, but they're usually in a group and they have to divide up lines, and so they usually don't get to sing. And rappers are always, I feel like, they get the brunt of the stick unless it's a group with a rapper who is actually more so involved with the production. So I like that Soyeon sings a lot more. God, the editing in this is ridiculous. That shot of Sujin just now. Look at that. You know, this whole music video has a sort of horror-esque inspiration to it. Interesting transition. Is that a CG lantern? That lantern might not be CG, because first of all, it looks like the keyframing around this it's very clean. And fire, man, to have to play with fire, that would be insane. In terms of keying that out. So I have to imagine that this is actually a legit shot. I love the use of the flares too. If you look at a lot of the lights, both in Mion's scenes and off the fire, you get like this very drastic flare effect. Yeah, and then you've got like flare off of her diamonds. Seeing a lot more of that in music videos lately. What is this shot? I remember the first time I saw it, I was just so visually confused. So she drops the goblet of wine. Okay, so initially I thought this was like a rose blooming. But it's all the people. They're just colored red. And then there's a cut. Okay. Ooh! Their hands are all interesting. We've seen this. We've seen this before in Jackson Wang's "Bullet to the Heart" music video. Now, the only difference is in Jackson's music video, I believe the model actually had longer nails. Here, everyone has normal sized nails. But I love what they did with the hands. It has like that sort of creepy, decaying look. Oh wow! What were those series of cuts? Wow, the cut is so fast I can't even catch it. It might not be a cut. They might actually be ramping this. So the cut is right there, the first cut that we saw. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, that's interesting. So they add some speed ramping. Hold on. Interesting. That's so interesting. So the drop, obviously there's this big buildup with Oogie and Mion's portion, and it's like very fast paced, and it goes into this drop that's way more slower. It's way more controlled. And honestly, this sound is a lot more American pop. This is K-pop infused with American pop. This kind of a chorus is American pop. I don't listen to a lot of American pop, or at least I do. I just don't like focus or care for any particular artist, so like I don't know names, but like I've heard like this similar sound before, this type of a chorus. But the drastic transition between verse and chorus is what makes it K-pop. But this chorus is very slow. They slow it down. But the reveal of Soyeon during this part, they speed ramp it. They essentially fast forward it to kind of give it like this very jarring visual effect. So even though they're slowing down, visually they were ramping it up. And then it goes into the slow-mo. So you saw like this really rapid juxtaposition in the visuals, which makes this slow-mo feel way more drastic. Ooh, love that. I think there was like a little bit of a twist, like a twitch. Ooh, I love it. It was on beat with the what was it? A clap, a crashing sound. It was like.
To the sky.
There's another one right there.
She showed me all the stars.
There's a lot of, I think. Hold on. Yeah, so there's a lot. So they do this. It was an effect that was popularized a lot in the movie 300, directed by Zack Snyder, where you'll ramp it really fast, where you'll go really fast and then slow it down. If you want to look into speed ramping and ramping things slowly, you should actually look into. And by the way, there is a difference between ramping the camera and speed ramping in editing. I'm not talking about they're not ramping the camera, although they might be actually. I'm talking about editing. Speed ramping and editing and speed ramping in camera work are two different things. But basically in the edit, they're going really fast and then they're slowing it down. It, again, has this really, really cool, just like visual effect of like, you're kind of like thrust into this situation and then you're like, what? And then everything's slow-mo and you're kind of just like left in awe. That zoom is really cool too. They like went in on her. They like went all the way in on her. Yeah, this is like they have a crane that's just like going down like this, or more likely not even a crane, probably a stabilizer. But I really appreciate a lot of physical zooms in music videos lately, because a lot of people are resorting to less physical zooms and more digital zooms in K-pop, and I actually don't have a problem with that. It's a lot easier, and it's you can cut corners on production and put more effort into different sides of production by doing that. And digital zooms look good too. There is a different effect to digital zooms, but there's also just a different look to physical zooms. When you have a physical zoom, it just hits differently. It just kind of has like a more of a fluid look to it. Whereas an example of a digital zoom is any ITZY video, specifically IC and Wannabe. They have a lot of digital zooms, and that's kind of like ITZY's signature style. But a lot of other groups do have digital zooms as well. Basically, you just film the music video in just like a sweeping motion, and then in edits, they can actually add in zooms that did not exist on camera because they didn't get the zooms while they were filming it. They were just filming it on like one track, but then they'll come in and then add zooms. Whereas this, you have to intentionally film for this zoom. So I kind of, like I said, I like both, but I appreciate physical zooms a lot more nowadays because of the existence of digital zooms. Damn, we went this whole music video without seeing Soojin, essentially. That's crazy. Obviously, there were those quick cuts you saw earlier, but a lot of this music video, oh my god, I have seen these earrings before. Oh, no, I haven't. These are different. Oh, they're like collars. Oh, wow, interesting. So yeah, that might be like, we legit don't have Shua until the end, I think. But also, so she's got contacts on to kind of give her more of a creepier sort of look. I don't know what she's exactly supposed to be, but the blonde hair looks freaking fantastic on her. I mean, I'm a sucker for Soojin's black hair, but the blonde hair, red fingernails, looks good. Wow, that lighting. It won't stop. Okay. I love this setup. Yo, look at that. Yo, look at that. It's so what she's rapping about, what she's singing about. The framing of this story might be that everyone, or at least Soyeon, is tempted by Sujin, and you see this lyric right here. It can't be controlled like just like sugar-coated drug. These are barbed wires, and barbed wires are usually associated with prison or trying to keep people out, or keeping people in, and it's painful, And so like it looks like she's this whole scene is trying to symbolize that she is trapped, and whatever action she takes will hurt her. If this is sin, I'll pay the piper. Did she lick the thing? Wow. And again, on the beat too. Oh, it's an actual licking sound. Insanely beautiful, yet seems like a devil. Also, I wanted to point this out. When I saw this the first time around, I see this. Y'all ever think about how this looks like that effect people were doing on Twitter on their idols during Halloween time last year? There's like that Snapchat, Instagram. I don't know. I'm not hip with the things, but it looks like one of those filters that people were using on Halloween last year. So they were literally symbolizing her falling. Great transition too. You have the sheet going up. Ooh, and so I was wondering how they brought in all of them, even though it was a piece of paper in the middle or a sheet. And they actually added in a strobe. Yeah, so the strobing lights make the it makes the transition jarring, but it makes it also more like believable. Yeah, this is legit the first time we see Shua the entire music video. So you have this portion right here. The first time that I saw this, I was very intrigued by this scene. The way it keeps portraying Sujin is like she's some kind of a goddess, but like in a very creepy way, a very haunting way. And then you have Soyeon in the shot in the middle right here, and then you have like these hands reaching out, which kind of makes it seem more like they're like worshippers, right? And Soyeon's reaching out, and then you have Sujin reaching in. And then Shua becomes Soyeon? What's up with that? Hold on. Let's ab emo pectore. Let's look. I'm sorry for butchering that. It's Latin. Interesting. Abimo pectore means either from the bottom of my heart, or with deepest affection, or sincerely. So I would say this probably leans more towards From the Bottom of My Heart.
Oh my god.
Also, whoa, this scene. I was gonna talk about the scene in the mud, but hold on, let's go back real quick. This is like, what K-pop group does this? You know, this scene is so cinematic. It's like a scene straight out of a movie, and it's like not a flattering scene, right? In my experience of having to deal with a lot of K-pop companies and K-pop groups, and this is shout out to Cube for giving Idol the freedom to do this kind of crazy stuff. And I can tell that this was definitely Soyeon's idea, or at least someone on Idols, because it's not a flattering scene. And from a company's perspective, especially with girl groups, they're always trying to make the girl groups maintain like a perfect image or make them look pretty or blah blah blah. I've had like interactions with companies where they're like, we don't like this because it makes the member look ugly, and I'm like, this is a normal photo of them, or like they look a little too fat or whatever. It's like even the smallest thing, it's like, oh, we don't like this photo of this person laughing because it makes them look ugly. I'm like, but this is a good photo of them laughing. It's like they always want to maintain a very picture perfect image of their idols. And, I think allowing this scene is huge. It may not seem like it, but it's huge. And this kind of scene is like something like, kind of seems like she's rising from the depths of hell, kind of has like a Mars-esque landscape. All right, now this scene, very cool. What the heck is going on? What the heck happened with the lights right now? Ooh, so they're all crosses and then they raised it up. See, like, even so, like, hold on, I'm trying to get a shot. So you have to consider like the makeup on everyone. There are two different styles, excluding Sujin, which is Minnie and Soyeon are going crazy, right? They're going insane. They can't handle Sujin, right? So you have like the traditional white outfits that make them look like they're in like a white padded cell. Like you had Minnie being dragged away in the beginning, and then Minnie's like backup dancers all had like scribbles, like writing on the walls, but on their body. And then Soyeon was dressed similarly to Minnie. And then you have Ugi and you have Shua and Mion, who those three kind of give off a feeling of more so innocence, more so like that innocent dove, naive princess type of stereotype. Like as if Sujin is the preying on someone who is more I guess it's like that wolf versus the Red Riding Hood type of scenario. Whereas Sujin's makeup is completely different from the rest. Everyone is essentially wearing white, and Sujin is the only one wearing black. And then you have the red as well, which obviously provides a very strong contrast. But even just looking at her makeup, she looks vastly different, and it feels like she is either the antagonist of the story or she is the idol of the story.
눈부신 하늘에 시선을 가린 채 내 품 안에 안기네 흐르는 음악에 정신을 뺏긴 채 그대로 빨려드네.
Right. So she fell into the music. It was like she was seduced. It was like she was seduced. See, Oogies, I'm very curious about Oogies because Oogie, like I said, it seems very much like... Actually, hold on. Let's look at Minnie real quick. So Minnie, her hands are normal here, and her face is normal too. But if you look at the end, she's completely transformed. And if you also notice, the color grading is different too. It's a lot more greener. It looks a little bit more sickly. And it's meant to look like she's become susceptible to the pain. Like if you look at her lipstick here is also pink. And there was another portion with Minnie. And her outfit is pure white, right? And I wonder if these backup dancers... They're more than just backup dancers. They're like Sujin's like followers or like a cult, and they are kind of like seducing her and like reining her in. And look at this shot as well. This is such a great, glamorous, revealing shot of Sujin. This is like a presentation of like, bam. That's smoke. But back to this. And if you look at her outfit, it's like she's all dirtied up, like she's like fallen into the darkness, you know? And it looks like that kind of concept of, you know, they're going crazy. They can't help it, and they're falling into Sujin's trap. So this is really cool. It's really, really cool. I would say like best idol concept, really, like it's incredible how they were able to pull off such a cinematic story, such a cinematic visual element. And this is the thing that I love about I-DLE and why they're one of my favorite girl groups is whether it comes to the music or whether it's the music video, they're always willing to try something new. Soyeon always wants to try something new. This is not, I'm going to be honest, Oh My God is not the most marketable pop track. First of all, I think this was also a track that was kind of meant to be more focused towards the States, because we do know that I-DLE was planning a targeted American debut this year, and they were going to go on tour with this song, and they were going to do American press, and all of that got canceled, obviously, because of COVID-19. But the American audience responds a lot to more cinematic music videos, and like I said, even the chorus here feels a little bit more inspired by kind of like the dark pop stuff that is in America. So I can see that this was catered more towards the States, but it's not an American Western sounding song. It's still inherently K-pop, which is what I love. That's the genius of Soyeon. Her style still bleeds into this, you know. Some groups, if they go full American, it just sounds full American, and you know that's sort of my take. That's sort of my understanding. I had a sit down with Cube's team some time ago, and this is like one of the things I pointed out about American debuts. It's like you don't want to sound American, you know, but obviously you don't want to sound full K-pop because you want to appeal to new audiences. But you have to understand, when you go full American, it's like you're losing yourself as an artist, or you're losing your sound. And you have to understand, you have to think about why you're popular in the first place and what got you to that position to be able to promote to America in the first place. So I think maintaining a sound, and I think that's what BTS has done a good job, where BTS has jumped back and forth to having a song that sounds inherently more Western, and then having a song that leans more K-pop. Like, they'll go back and forth, which is a good, healthy middle, as opposed to going full American or going full K-pop. Doesn't work. I would say an example, very bad example of that would be like Seven. Seven tried to make it. And if you guys don't know who Seven is, especially if you're a UK pop fan, there's a reason. But Seven was an artist under YG who tried to debut in America. Had a debut song called "Girls" featuring Lil Kim, not K-pop at all, and it did so poorly. Like they canceled all their other plans for Seven. Like I know for a fact, like Seven had like his next comeback, his next American album all ready and stuff, and they scrapped all of that because it tanked so hard. And that's sort of like, this is sort of, I feel like, the good healthy middle. You know, I feel like in 2020 and this current era of K-pop music, because we've already integrated so much Western sounds into it, that it kind of becomes indistinguishable when you have a K-pop song coming out into the American market. So, yeah, I think I-DLE did a fantastic job. This music video was phenomenal. This music video was cinematic. It was dark. It was a visual splendor. People often ask me, what's your favorite music video? You know, like I would say like my favorite music videos have to be NCT's Superhuman, hands down, and perhaps I-DLE's Oh My God. You know, this is just there's so much. You know, I love a music video where when you rewatch it, there's just more to unpack. I recently did that with NCT Superhuman as well. I was watching it again and I was like, oh my God, like there's so many other things that I didn't notice the first time around. And I'm sure there's more in this music video that I didn't notice either that I could check out in the future. But yeah, this was amazing. And this video is nearing 40 minutes. Oh my God, we're at 36 minutes. All right, let's wrap this up. But guys, this was an amazing video. I really, really, really loved this. But let me know what you thought about I-DLE's Oh My God. And before you request it, yes, I will absolutely do a listening party for I-DLE's I Trust album. You can look out for that. I'm going to be putting out the Itsy Wannabe or It's Me, Dreamcatcher Dystopia, and BTS Map of the Soul 7 first. But I will do a listening party for I-DLE as well, and we're probably going to upload it early to Patreon first. So if you want to not wait, if you want to see the reaction for the I Trust album sometime this week, it's probably going to be on Patreon sometime this week. So join us on Patreon, patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to regular reactions, culture studies like this, and listening parties. But for just a little bit more, you get live stage reactions, variety show reactions, and we're going to be definitely checking out more I-DLE variety content with this comeback, and we're definitely going to be taking out live stages. And we also reacted to all of Queendom on Patreon as well, which I-DLE was on, and they had some phenomenal performances on there as well. So that's exclusive to our Patreon. So head on over to our Patreon to check that out. However, if you can't support us monetarily, we understand, or if you don't want to, we understand. Why don't you consider helping us out for free by hitting like down below right there. Leave a comment as well. When you interact with our video, it helps us out a lot with our YouTube search algorithm. So we would greatly appreciate that. If you are a I-DLE fan, or if you're just new to the channel, why don't you consider hitting subscribe over here, somewhere over there. Be notified when we upload a video by hitting that notification bell. Be sure to also make sure to set it to all notifications, because it only sets it to some notifications, I think. So be sure to set all notifications on, and you'll be notified when we upload a new video. And go ahead and check out all our other videos over here. Bye.